and I'm very excited to go live to the Netherlands, where Pepe Heykoop is somewhere in, where are you? I don't even know where you are, Pepe. I need your mic on. Just unmute.
I'm in Friesland.
Oh, in Friesland, famous Friesland. How are you doing?
Good, good, good. Actually having holidays with my son and wife in this is our country house.
Wonderful. All right, well, I'll let you talk about your work and everything that you've been doing.
Okay, hi everybody. I will start my presentation, and I'm thankful for everyone who's watching. Let me see. Okay. Well, I'm here to talk about my project with Tiny Miracles in India, in the slums of Mumbai. But I'll show you some of my other works as well. We saw just like the little scraps in textile, and I've been working with leather scraps quite some time, covering up frames that I find on the street and combine them into new structures. And all the leftover stuff that you see is little scraps that is not used in the industry, which is up to 30% of a skin. So when bags and shoes are made, so many of the scraps are unused. I decided to cover up these things. And here's bits of wood, all leftover parts from the sawmill. And the only thing I know is what I get is uneven parts. And it was for me exciting to work with that, because you never know what you get. And this is the drawing machine I made lately out of printers and an old chair. And this machine was in the latest show in Lille. This machine is an homage to the printer who makes prints, and this machine has its own will. So it's making drawings, and I never know what the outcome will be, which I think that's the main reason what I like in this work, that I cannot predict what the result will be. And here is some soap bubbles that I caught on paper, and I love to catch the explosion, which is hard to grasp if you just start staring at the bubbles. I think after 10 years of working after 10 years of graduation on the Design Academy, of working with materials, at one point I was collecting all the leftovers after making one of these skin objects that you saw in the first slide. And I was the very small bits, I was brushing them to throw them away. And I loved the how you call it, like this is kind of what was there on the floor, and it was too good to put it in the bin. So composition? I started. What?
Composition.
Yeah, composition. That's okay. The word. So I was making composition with the very leftover bits, and I thought, what should I make? Because I was kind of trained in this way, like it should become something. And I wanted it to become and look like nothing. So I called this work the Search of Nothingness. And no matter how I put them upside down, left side, there's no top, there's no bottom. I wanted it to look like nothing. And this was a bit of a let go of it, of the use of it. Like it shouldn't become a lamp or a chair or I didn't want to. I wanted to reinvent myself actually. So I did this. I made many of them, and I also decided not to show them, because normally when I made something, it was put it on show, and I wanted to keep this for myself. So what is the common denominator in all of this work? Well, actually, I don't know. And it is about this. It is letting go of what something should become. And I think that's also a bridge to the project in India, which I started with my cousin. And this particular shot is like traffic in India, which is hard to follow what's happening, and it's best to let go if you are in there as well. Because me and my cousin started 10 years ago the Tiny Miracles Foundation. My cousin has a background in banking, and I had just graduated from Design Academy. So it was a very different, let's say, a match from very different backgrounds. And my cousin started the foundation in Mumbai to have 700 people out of poverty in 10 years' time. Doing that by healthcare, by education for the children, by awareness sessions for the mothers, but also by providing jobs. And she asked me, what can we design? What can we have the mothers to be done so they can make an income? Well, this is a lovely picture of where they live, and it looks very nice and colorful, but it's also very harsh living in there. And there I met Tisha. And Tisha is living in the red light district in Mumbai, very likely to become a prostitute. And her mother is involved in this project. In here you see like they're cane workers. The whole community of 700 people is actually everybody's doing cane work. But since plastic baskets last much longer, they have kind of ruined their market, but there's no other skills for them, so they sit there and kind of wait for something to happen. So in the first year, because we did this now for 10 years, in the first year we started with boys, and I taught them in the workshop how the machines work, and we could start in their mandir, it's their temple, because actually we rented a place, a workshop, but whenever we came in Mumbai, the workshop was already rented to a scooter rental place. So there was a first encounter with, okay, let's go with the flow rather than let's bring our Western values here and say, oh, this is not right. And but we could start in their temple. So everything should be done bare feet. And it was actually, here we see a lamp made of bamboo sticks. It was a bit of a practice because they did all the cane work. But these guys couldn't count. So it was very hard to make this lamp of 824 bits in the right order. So the moment we were gone, this was a disaster, and the next lamp didn't look like this at all, and the boys actually didn't show up. And for 2.5 years we did projects like this, and then I was about to give up on this project. It cost me too much time, too much energy, and also money. And I told my cousin I will quit this this foundation, and she said, well, give it one more try. And I came up with this here on the side. You see like a paper sleeve which you can fold around an empty bottle and turn it into a vase. And I made this sample, and I was actually not so happy with it. And I said to my cousin, well, this is the last thing we can try, but after this I'll really give up. And it was already in the bin. So she took it out and said, well, let's give it a go. So we went back to India, and I started folding class with the ladies. And actually none of them could fold a piece of paper into two. And it was another encounter of, my goodness, what the hell can we do? I mean, in Western society, we're so trained to have, we're so used to have perfect products, and whenever there's a little mistake, we return it. What can we do? So I give like folding class and turn it into a game. And by the end of the day, there was the whole group could fold this paper very well. And I went searching for a printing company, and this was another journey. So after a couple of days, I bumped into this printing capacity, and you see the owner in the bottom. And I told him what we wanted to do, and he said, no, this is not possible. It's too many folding lines and too many of this and that. And well, it gave him a lot of headaches, and we had a lot of headaches too, but somehow we managed. And this vase, in the end, has 150 women folding, keeps 150 women folding every day, and have all their whole family out of poverty with this vase, since it's selling in many museum stores and shops. So Tiny Miracles was for me a very nice experience, because in the last couple of years I got out. I wanted to focus on my artworks much more. But Tiny Miracles was so nice to communicate with these women on an equal level. When I came in there first time, they give me the chair, and they wanted to sit on the floor. I said, no, I want to sit with you on the same level. And this was very special for them, because you have the caste system, and yeah, for me as well. I've never wanted to miss this this project. Yeah, it's like we do everything there. It's so much hands-on and all together. It's a, yeah, I would say beautiful project that I can show you a bit of how it all started. This is Tisha now, 10 years later, and she's going to university. That makes us very proud. And Tiny Miracles started in the red light district of Mumbai, and is now also active in a new project in the north of Mumbai with the main sponsor, that's Rituals. Yeah, so it's actually going very well, and my cousin is still doing this. And yeah, I hope there's more examples like Tisha growing there, because that's actually how the whole project started and what it's about. So thank you.
Thank you, Pepe. That's very insightful for people who want to do this type of work, and all the hurdles we have.
Yeah, very many hurdles.
My question is, this your cousin, would she need other designers?
Yes.
Because
And,
maybe in the audience there is people who would love to help her one way or another.
yeah, well, there's multiple ways people can help. It's not all the help is useful all the time,
I
because
understand.
so many people want to help for a little bit or for a short time, but it's more like building up long time relationships. So my cousin is also pretty particular in what help is useful for the long time.
Rightly so, yeah. But
And
maybe even people from India, you know, there's so many creative people there.
yeah, no, definitely. And also for other designers to come and join with new projects. But we've had a few designers go there, and then mostly the outcome is like, oh my God, how can you work like this?
Yeah.
I mean, it's in the red light district. It's pretty harsh conditions, and yeah. So that was, I felt like a fish in the water, but I can imagine it's not for everyone, to say so. So it needs some special requirements.
Yes. And is the vase still in production?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It's I think yeah, because we've tried like 30 other designs before the vase, and then if you want to have 100 people working every day, you should sell with the same rate if you don't want to keep too much stock. And that's not so easy to sell with the same rate as you produce if you're with so many people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in the beginning I had a bit of problems with doing the museum editions with the museum prints on it, because I didn't felt so artistically wise, I didn't felt so comfortable about that. But in the end, then that's about me, and it should not be about me so much, it's about them.
Yeah.
So it was also a journey for me to explore. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, darling.
Welcome.
Thank you so much, Pepe, for your very hopeful initiative and heart.
Yeah, I wanted to still share this with you, even though I'm not inside the project that much anymore. But no, when I was making the presentation, my heart was warming up again. Yeah, definitely.
I can imagine. Thank you.
Thank you.
Especially being in India with you today is very special. You must have seen the list of goals where you can donate money to help, not even anymore we can say save, but help, you know,
Yeah.
in its terrible situation. So please look at that list and try to, this is a free seminar, maybe you can donate a seminar fee to one of these goals. Thank you very much.